Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Weekly Inspiration. My name is Reverend Leah Alvarado. I'm with New Thought Northern Colorado Center for Spiritual Living. So glad that you've joined me today. Each Tuesday and Thursday, we come together at 12:30. I pick a different passage from a New Thought author and teacher. I read that. We take some time to reflect on some questions, and I include a prayer, and then we end with an affirmation that you can take out into the rest of your day. Today's topic is our infinite potential, and the passage is from Marianne Williamson's book, A Year of Miracles. If you're joining me today, feel free to say hi in the chat. Would love to know that you're here and connect with you. I have infinite potential for greatness. All of us carry within us an infinite potential for greatness. Even the geniuses among us have but scratched the surface of what all of us are programmed to achieve once we manifest our full divine light. I, like all of humanity, have only just begun to spread my wings. I willingly detach myself from the prejudices and judgments of the world that I might be lifted above the downward pull of fear-based thought. I dedicate my life to the evolutionary lure of a higher state of awareness, not only in what I think, but also in what I do. Thus shall I grow more fully today into the manifestation of my God-given potential. This is such an important topic. I think so many topics are important, but I think that living up to our fullest potential and giving ourselves permission to fully express all that we are, to express our light in the world. Each of us has gifts. Each of us has this brilliant light because we are connected to the One. We are connected to God. We are one with that presence. Each of us came into the world as souls to express that infinite potential. And yet fear gets in the way, our thoughts get in the way, things come in and block us from fully expressing all that we are. Fear is a big one. Yeah, fear is something that is a common experience for all of us. And although we may have a desire to achieve something grand in our life, or maybe it's not so grand, but it's just a dream that we have, and the fear often blocks it, does it not? The fear comes in and says, we're not good enough, we don't have what it takes. This person can do it, but I don't know that I can. I don't know that I have whatever that is that we think we need in order to achieve our greatest desires. But the infinite has gifted us with this infinite potential. It is within every single one of us. We all have it, and we can tap into that and ask to be guided to what that is for each of us. Hi, Stephen. Hi, BJ. Nice to connect with you both today. So I have a couple of questions for us on this topic of infinite potential. So the first question, is there anything that is blocking you from expressing your full potential? So you may want to just close your eyes for a moment and tune in, checking in with yourself. Is there anything that is blocking me from expressing my fullest potential? And just trust what comes, trust what you notice. It might be a feeling, it might be a word, it might be some knowing, something that's coming through right now. Just trust, and there may not be anything coming through, and that's okay too. It may come to you at a later time today or another point. But just trust and just ask the question, is there anything that's blocking me from expressing my full potential? And just breathe. And if something comes through, notice it without judgment, without adding a story to it. Just simply notice it. Take a breath, take a deep breath. Whatever is coming through is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to just become more aware of who we are, more aware of something within us that perhaps needs to shift so that we can fully become in touch with that potential that is within us, that greatness that is within us. Thank you for your comments. So, yeah, so fear, fear of rejection, just myself. Yeah, we are our own worst enemies, aren't we? We get in the way of this infinite potential that's trying to come through us with our fears, with our thoughts. Our thoughts are constantly going, aren't they? It's hard to stop the thoughts from taking over. Navigating conflicts. Thank you, Stephen. Yeah, good. Yeah, and so what are you willing to do? The next question is, what are you willing to do to express and manifest your God-given potential? Once you recognize what's blocking it, we release that, we let that go. We choose to release it. And then we make a choice and a decision to move into and experience our fullest potential. So what are you willing to do to express that and to manifest that in your life? Whether it's spiritual practices, whether it's catching the thoughts as they come and letting them go. Maybe each of you have a dream that you've been wanting to pursue, but you've been putting it off, you've been pushing it aside. Invite it in. Give yourself full permission to express and to be all that, to express your greatness. Imagine the world, how different it would be if all of us were living in this world expressing our fullest potential. Imagine that. Not living in such fear, not being taken over by the thoughts that tell us we're not good enough, but to actually be expressing it fully. Something to reflect on, yeah? Something to think about. And what a gift that we give to the world when we ourselves express that, when we give ourselves full permission to express our greatness. Continually doing my spiritual practice and listening to my inner voice. Yeah, dedicating that time to our spiritual practices, meditation, prayer, walks in nature, whatever that may be for each of us. Some have a hard time meditating, but even just listening to music that touches you or inspires you, spending time just being in the silence, in the quiet, reading a book that inspires you. These are all things that help to bring us into our heart. And when we're in that heart-centered place, we can hear that inner voice that you're talking about, BJ. We can connect with that inner voice and we can follow its guidance that is saying, move in this direction. Express all that you are. So let's all be brave and courageous and be willing to express our fullest and greatest potential. That's what we were born to do. It's a gift that the divine has given to each of us. So let's once again close our eyes and move into prayer, connecting with the energy and the vibration of this idea of infinite potential, our infinite potential. Notice how expansive it feels. Notice as you drop into your heart and you become aware of your own infinite potential, what you notice in your body. You might feel an energy moving, a tingling sensation, something within your being that is saying, yes, yes, follow this, tune into this, follow that inner guidance. Give yourself permission to fully express all that you are, for it is such a gift to the world. And so I am knowing that each of us has the courage to say yes to this, has the courage to tune in, to find out what is within us that wants to be expressed. I am knowing that each of us are blessed on this journey, that we are surrounded by that infinite intelligence that knows exactly how to express our full self. I'm knowing that we are supported, that we are loved, that we are guided, and that we are blessed. And so we take that step, that first step, whatever that is for each of us. We are willing to take that first step in saying yes to expressing our fullest potential. And even if we don't know what our fullest potential is, we are willing to take that step to tune into ourselves, to find out what the divine has in store for each of us. And so I am knowing that we are surrounded in that container of love and light and joy and peace and connection with the infinite intelligence of all that is. And we feel gratitude in our heart for this, for being reminded, for remembering that this is who we are, that this is the truth of our very being, that we came here to express all that we are, setting aside fear, setting aside the thoughts that come in that tell us we can't. We set those aside, we release them. And we feel that fullness within our being. We feel our heart expand. And so as we feel gratitude for this moment, for the opportunity to say yes, to choose, to give ourselves permission and to move forward with grace, with joy, with ease. We simply let this go. We allow it to be. And we affirm together by saying, and so it is. Amen. So I'm going to put now our affirmation in the chat. And let's say this together. Today's affirmation. I will not succumb to limited thoughts about myself today. I know that through God who lives with me, I am always on my way to something greater than I have known before. The universe is a universe of constant increase, and I'm a child of the universe. And therefore, my potential is infinite and forever expanding. I'm going to say that last bit again, that last line. My potential is infinite and forever expanding. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for joining me. I wish you a beautiful and blessed day. I look forward to joining you again next Tuesday. Enjoy the rest of your week and take these practices out into the rest of your day and week and know that your infinite potential is right there, that you can tap into it and express it. Express all that you are. Know that you are loved. Goodbye, everyone.